Hello, Aries, and welcome to your mini monthly tarot reading for the month of February. My name is Jennifer with Aquamoon for those of you that are new here. Just as a general reminder, I've already pre-shuffled and meditated with all the decks so that we can get started right away. And also, if you find that this reading resonates with you, I do invite you to check out the collective energy clearing session that I do at the end of all the readings every single month. All right, Aries, you have the Eight of Cups coming up for you in the first week. And this to me is a card about depth. It's a card about curiosity. It's a card about allowing yourself to go a little deeper with yourself, allowing yourself to look at things a little bit closer, allowing yourself to ask yourself more questions around certain subjects. The Eight of Cups in the Rider-Waite Tarot talks about like moving on to new things, moving on to higher ground, transcending mundane. But in this specific card, it's depicted by like an octopus. And so this to me is much more like that intuitive energy, that psychic energy, about diving deeper, about being in spaces that don't normally have the light shed on. Yeah. And you have the Four of Swords coming up for you in the fourth week. And immediately I'm getting that there is a need for rest, there is a need for meditation, there is a need potentially for establishing boundaries, potentially a need for cutting cords with situations or certain people, but basically creating that space for yourself to rest, whatever this looks like, whether it's sleeping in a little bit more or setting aside a time just to relax, to unwind, to decompress. And in that resting and in that distressing, it's gonna allow you to explore yourself a little bit more. It's gonna allow for you to have maybe like new ideas come up or thoughts come up for you. And in the second week, you have the Five of Discs. So you might be feeling a little bit lonely in the second week. You might be feeling a little isolated in the second week. Let me see the second card before I keep talking. You might be feeling a little bit out of balance. You might be feeling like there is a choice you need to make or a decision that needs to be made, and you might be feeling like you don't have like all the answers yet. So allow yourself to feel to be patient. I would say be patient with yourself, be patient with the situation, so that you can make the best decisions for yourself, even if it feels like you are kind of like trudging along or like having to like power through or push through or feeling just a little alone on your journey during the second week. Yeah, and your choice or decision comes through in the third week. So whatever you might be mulling over in the second week, I'm getting you'll make your choice or decision in the third week. And you're gonna make the right choice because you have the Ten of Discs coming up for you. And the Ten of Discs is a card of like money. So don't let money be your deciding factor. It's also a card of fruition and being guided and being supported. And so I'm not sure if you can see this card up close, but there's a woman and she's giving birth to a baby, and there's a whole community of people holding space for her. So this could very much be like your spirit guides, your ancestors holding space for you, or it could be your community, your friends, your family. It could be both. So you have that energy of being supported, of being guided, of being taken care of, especially when it comes to things in the material, especially when it comes to money oriented things. And for some of you that have been working on a specific project, it's like you begin to give birth to what that is. So any worries around money, during the second week, I'm getting they're gonna go away, or don't let it influence any of your choices. Yeah. Sorry about that. In the fourth week, you have the Shaman of Cups. And this to me is a card about um, finally coming into a space where like your emotions and your logic start to balance out. It's like you're finally coming into a space of like where you're not so much at war at yourself, and you're getting, or you're learning to manage your emotions a little bit better. And so you're mastering your own emotional space. But again, we're beginning the month with making time for ourselves, with quieting ourselves, with I'm getting like self-care and making space to have kind of like the murkier parts of you show themselves or bubble up, so that you can choose accordingly. And then you have Son of Discs. And I get that this puts you in an energy of being very goal oriented again, of maybe having some clarity about new goals you might have, a new direction you might want to be in, maybe clear direction on what steps you need to take to go towards, to move towards. And even if it's just the clarity of an idea of what you would like more of, but this comes in after some of your I'm getting like emotional well-being starts to temper, starts to come into harmony within itself. So it's a big month for you guys, but I think you can help it kick off if you do practice that energy of self-care, baths, meditations, oils, teas, whatever you do to make that time for yourself. All right, let's pull additional oracle cards to get guidance for each of the weeks. Yeah, in the first week you have surrender worry, make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worry arises, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. Yes, you are definitely being guided, but you're also being asked, part of that self-care or that time alone is to make space to release the anxieties or the stress or the worries in a healthy manner. In the second week of February, you have surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So again, being very mindful, like week 2 I'm getting might be a little bit challenging with feeling the worry or the stress, or feeling like you're out of balance and possibly even shifting into obsessive thinking. But if you can manage to stay grounded, I would say from the beginning of the month, and build that grounded momentum, it's really going to help you power through, so that you don't get stuck in the trap of like being in a mind loop. Yep, back to the grounded energy. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. So again, this is coming as more practical guidance of stepping out for a walk into nature, whatever your nature of preference might be. Again, it's coming in as like support and tools to help you navigate these energies that might be bubbling up. And you have surrender stubbornness in the 4th week of February. It says if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. So this to me I'm getting is more like personal, or when dealing with like a loved one or a friend, and just being very mindful of any energy that might even be a little bit defensive, or where you're just not even willing to look at it or hear the person out. So being very mindful of this energy, but I'm not getting that it has to do with like any of your goals or like the bigger themes. This is the more specific. All right, let's pull one chakra card to close out your reading. And it is crown chakra, clear quartz, and it says peace. In stillness, the answer will be revealed. And I'm like, yes, you're getting like that clarity, you're getting your answer. I'm like, I keep getting drawn to that card at the beginning of the month. Like if you can stay grounded, if you can make space for quiet, for peace, for stillness, any confusion you might have, any answers you might need to have, keep coming back to that space or that practice, at least for the month of February, to help you get you on target or towards your goal, or make that shift, especially to help you out of week 2. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope these messages were helpful to you, and we'll see you guys at the next reading. Bye.